Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back. This is Doc Favors here. It's always a pleasure to be with you all. I hope that you have been receiving some great information by what we're doing here. If I look at the comments and look at the notes, some of you all have been gracious enough to share some input, and I appreciate that. If you haven't seen the other videos, I encourage you to go back and look at parts one and parts two. We break down the paradigms and the stick person and all of that. And then we break down and go into how to use the stick person in terms of your attitude, which is a composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And then we are going to talk about motivation today. But for right now, what I would like to do, I would like to take you and show you very quickly what I wanted to show you yesterday, but I was in the car. Okay? And if you all wouldn't mind, do share the broadcast, the transmission, if you wouldn't mind. Hopefully, you all can hear me well, and we're going to get into it. So, let me turn the camera like this just a little bit, straighten that out for you, okay? So, remember, the attitude, let me switch that because that one is about to go. The, okay, okay, yeah, there we go. The attitude, if you remember, is your thoughts, feelings, and your actions, all right? And when you remember this, as it relates to where we were yesterday, you remember that it's a whole process to get to a positive attitude no matter what you're dealing with. But the thoughts are here, the feelings are here, and then the action, some would write it here, but I would dare say that it's here, right? It's here, and then that's what leads to your results. And what's important to realize is this action is moving in that direction. There's a reaction that's moving in this direction. Actually, I should have put that here. That's also helping you get the results that you want. Okay? And then when the results come in, this is what I wanted to share with you all from yesterday. When the results come in, they come in and go back up here and produce a new idea. That's supposed to be a cloud. They produce a new idea. And then that new idea gets filtered. It could be in any area though, right? And so you start, say for example, you write a book, you start making some sales, and then you say, you know what, I want to take some of the proceeds and help some more people. So then what do? You may write a workbook. Well, that's a new idea that gets in here. You get the thought, you reason with it, it goes into your conscious mind right here, and then you impress it down on your subconscious mind. You get emotionally involved with it. Next thing you know, you start to vibrate in your actions. Now you've written the book, and now you got more people that you're able to help because you have a book. Now you have a workbook. Then guess what? That happens, and then people start saying, "Hey, well, you got a book, you got a workbook. Well, I need something else." So here comes another idea. I need a course. I want to learn more, but the book is only giving me so much. The workbook is helping me, but do you have a course or something that I can take? Next thing you know, it goes through this process. Your thoughts, you get emotionally involved with it. The action is you start building out the course. You may have to get a mentor or coach to help you with that, but nonetheless, you have a course. And the whole cycle of positivity and just good vibes and accurate things just keeps on growing with you. And all of that is the attitude. My attitude about my book is positive. My attitude about the workbook is great. My attitude about a course is okay. And as a byproduct, you also get to support your family and take care of your loved ones. Very amazing concept here, guys. Okay? Let me erase this real quick. Get this off the screen. And of course, now that was a recap from yesterday. So today we want to talk about how to get motivated, how to stay motivated. Now, hear me when I tell you. Sometimes in life, certain things happen and situations happen And we get into some of these things what we call a slump. Okay. The question is, if I'm in a slump, you know, a little depressed or whatnot, it's life. It happens. How do I get out of that? How do I re how do I reposition myself so that I can become motivated to really do something great and get back in the game, or get back on the horse, get back in the saddle? Well, here's some of the things that I came up with, that I do, that I teach, that is effective and it works. Okay, and let's just go back here. Now, first of all, let me share this with you all. I need to share this too. This is I had I believe so much in this concept that I got in touch with a company abroad and had them literally fashion me a tabletop so that I could see this. So this sits on a table just like that. It's pretty heavy. Y'all heard hit that ring. And so if I were to lay this down on my tower cam for you, this is what that looks like. So I have this sitting on my desk so that when I'm making decisions and I'm doing things, I always make sure to go back to the basics and filter this through what has to happen, okay? And we've gotten great results. This is one of the greatest concepts that I've ever learned in life, man. One of them. I mean, obviously we got some other things, but everything happens and can filter this. I almost call him Super Dave, man. But the reality is this: when you learn how to renew your mind, transform your mind, how to think a certain way, you can literally, the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You can literally transform and change your life by imploring and deploying some of these concepts. So I just want you all to see that we're serious about this lesson and this teaching right here, okay? So with that being said, let's get into this lesson today. So when you talk about the piece here, let me draw this, okay? That's the stick person. You should be getting used to seeing it now. When we talk about motivation, staying motivated, how do we get motivated to do something, especially when we've been knocked down or experienced a setback? Well, the most important thing I want you to know is this: you still have ideas that come to you. Okay? So when an idea comes to you, we're gonna put it like a little cloud because it comes from somewhere, depending on how you believe. But those ideas do come from somewhere. Okay? When that idea comes into your conscious mind, this idea, all right, then your job, the first thing you do is you have to make an assessment. You have to make an assessment of where you are now, okay, and where you want to be. That's you up there, where you want to be. So from here all the way to there, something has to take place. So you make exceptions. So here's an example. If I want to lose 20 pounds, I have to assess the weight, my eating habits, where I am now. I have to do an assessment of where I am and where I want to be. Then, when I do the assessment and I see, okay, if I want to lose 20 pounds, for example, with some weight, if I want to release 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it is, if I want to get a better job, I want to increase where I am, I now have to decide. So if I'm at 5K a month and I want to get to 10K a month, 5K is here, 10K is up there. All right, this is the idea still, people. This is how you get motivated. When you're sad and you're down, you just have to look where you are, okay? And this is something that you can implement right now of self-motivation. Also, when you coming in, guys, please do me a favor and share the transmission, share the broadcast. I appreciate that. So the next thing you have to do is you got to go and do some research. All right? What do you mean favors? You have to go and now research the ways that you want to get, that can get you here. So once again, with the two analogies, if I want to, lose some weight, I may get on a exercise program. I may, try to go and do I forget the procedure where they tie your stomach up. You might want to go do that. Or you may want to, the doctor can give you some medicine or something like that while working out. And you want to change your eating habits, all right? At the end of the day, y'all got the recording. You can go back and look at those. Same thing with finances. How do I get from here to here? Well, I might want to, you know, go back to school so I can get a skill set where I can go apply for a better job. I might want to move up in the company, so I want to take some exams or go talk to the boss, see what I can do to get a promotion. I might want to get a second job, which is the worst way to increase your finance. I'll tell you that now. Then you might want to learn how to trade or do something like that. You might want to learn how to invest, whatever you need to do. End of the day, money attracts money. That's why I be trying to tell people. So you don't want to get 2, 3 jobs. You're not there. Well, favors, you talk about multiple streams of income. Yes, but here's what the wealthy sometimes don't tell you. Yeah, you want to be wealthy, get multiple streams of income. They only diversify. We only diversify after we've gotten great at one particular thing or niche. Okay, so you need your job as a stepping stone. Don't go quit your job till I'm going to launch a business and you don't have cash flow that's coming in to help sustain and support that business. That's not a good idea, people. All right? So, how you get motivated? You got to go do research on ways how to get there. Now, once you go and you do all of this research, then what do? Here is where you need a mentor or a coach, okay? Now, notice how this idea is still here in the conscious mind of the stick person. While you're still doing all this is all the research you do because you're going to intellectually weigh up the cost and count up the cost to see if, in fact, this is doable, plausible. Now, remember, if you're here and you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you want a 5x or 10x. Now you're going to do the research. Okay. Then you ask yourself 2 questions. Am I willing to do this? Am I able to do this? And if the answer is yes for both, then something is getting ready to happen. But you got to be willing to do it. Am I willing to do it? You have to write that down. Am I willing and am I able to do what's going to take or what it's going to require for me to move the needle from where I am now to where I want to be in any area of your life? Relationships, the same thing. We having marital issues. We want to get from here. We want to have a better life, a happier marriage. Then go do some research. What do we need to do? Take an assessment of where your marriage is now. Do some research to see how we can better it, which means find out why y'all really arguing and the disconnect and fix it, and then you can go get you a counselor, which is nothing but a mentor or a coach. Marriage counseling, it's counseling, mentoring and coaching you through a problem. But are you willing to go through that? Are you able to go through that? You see? Now, once you do the assessment, get you a mentor and find a coach. You say, well, why do I need a mentor and a coach if I'm doing this right here? So here's the thing, guys. Trust me. Been doing this a while. And in my 49 years on this earth, I've understood and realized that having mentors and coaches helps speed up the process because it helps close the gap between the learning curve, especially when you're doing something for the first time. You hear me? That's just, it's most important. And I don't know about you all, but I've come to a point to where I want to enjoy some of this work we're doing. I want to enjoy life with the family. It's so awesome when a situation comes up and someone can depend on you because of the work that you've done. It feels really good, okay? All right, so now, once again, how to get motivated, how to stay motivated, here's where we are. So after you find your coach and mentor who can help speed up that process, help increase your learning curve, then here's what you want to do now. All right, we have all this. Y'all got this. I'm going to erase this. Oh, man, I might need to spray that, okay? All right, you're willing and you're able. Okay, we got that. Now, what's the next step we got to take? Here's where we're going to get emotionally involved. Okay? So now you had an idea come in. You did your research, you assessed it, you see where you are, you got a coach, and now you're going to get emotionally involved. So how do I get emotionally involved? Well, now that I found a mentor who can help me, that I'm willing to follow instructions and do what they tell me to do, See, that's the difference. When I get a mentor and a coach, if I'm gonna call you my mentor, then why, if you tell me to do something, I won't try it when you got the results that I'm trying to get? That's why choosing the right mentor, leader, however, it has to be as such. And here's a little tip too. Try to get mentors and coaches who are actually doing the thing versus who have done the thing. If I tell you I can show you how to plant a church and grow a church and build your leadership team, that's because I'm still in the field. I'm still a practitioner. I am still a pastor. I am still a businessman. I do coach people in the process and doing it right now. Okay? So you can trust that. I'm speaking from experience, not just from something I read in the book only, which it helps too. So anyway, you get emotionally involved. Well, how do you get emotionally involved? Well, now that you have got an idea, you've done your research, you can intellectually and reason, you've reasoned and say, you know what, I like this. Now I can really give my all to it. So then what happens now? You're getting ready to get a spark. This is what's getting ready to, that spark getting ready to turn into like a flame for you. And so you then here is what you do. And I teach this verbatim. One of my students was on here to tell you. This is the power of affirmation. Okay? Declarations. Daily, y'all. And what I call I can statements. Now let me break this down and why this is so important, because remember, your paradigm sits here. Your habits sit here. But your emotion, this is also where your heart is, I told you. So this is the seat of your emotions. That's in the subconscious mind. So in order to control your emotions, you got to first be careful of what you allow to go down into your subconscious mind. Just because you had a bad day don't mean you're a bad person. Or let me rephrase that. Just because you had a day don't mean that, everything finna go bad. You just had a bad day. That's superstition. Don't be so superstitious. Because overall, if 7 days out of the week I'm doing good and I have a bad day, but the rest of it, that's a good week. That's a good week, y'all. Just like when I teach my students about trading. If you take 10 trades and you hit 7 out of 10, you're a good trader. But if you're only hitting 3 out of 10, hey, you need to go back to the drawing board. Because you're losing some money, Doc. But anyway, so your affirmations, declarations, I can statements help you stay emotionally involved. Why? Because you got to understand about questions. Questions, when you ask the right questions allow you to stay focused on what you're supposed to be doing. If you're asking the right questions. So if you ask a question like, well, what if it don't work? Then you're going to get the answer to that. I told you all this before, then it won't work. But if you ask the right question and stay focused, what if it does work? Okay, how do I stay focused on asking the right questions? Affirmations. Today I will ask myself only questions that's going to move the needle and empower me. Affirmation. Let's see, did it come back on? Okay, my bad, guys. I forgot to turn off the Wi-Fi and connect the Ether cable. So when you broadcasting like this, it's pulling a lot about broadband. All right, hopefully you all are back. Hopefully you all are back. I had to connect the Ethernet cable. Please forgive me on that. Hopefully you all are back. Let me see. Okay, it looks like y'all back. All right. Now, where was I? Okay, so affirmations. Okay, you back. Thank you, sir. Affirmations keep you in a positive state of mind because you're speaking to yourself. This is why a lot of times we start off our affirmations with, I'm so happy and grateful now that. And we always put it in future tense. And I'm going to do a whole teaching in July about that. But I'm so happy and grateful now that I've lost 20 pounds by July 18th. I'm so happy and amazed that my life, that the book that I'm writing is going to touch 1,000 people, whatever your goals are. But you write them in the tense of having already completed them. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am a 6-figure or a 7-figure earner, and I'm able to take my family, go where I want to go, when I want to go, with who I want to go, with no problems. I'm so happy and grateful now that my finances are in a positive and stable condition, and they'll never go the other way. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have took the time to learn how to become financially literate, so now I'm financially free by July or August 1st. You all see? Those affirmations keep you in a state of focus because you're speaking to yourself. from yourself to yourself for yourself. Okay? That sounded pretty good. Now, what do declarations mean? Declarations, if you think about a statement, you have imperative statements, interrogatory statements, which are questions, and you have declarative statements. I'm making a command. I'm telling myself what to do. And if I'm able to keep that command, then I get emotionally involved with it. So that means today I will do X. Today, if I got 3 things that I got to do, today I will complete all first 3 things on my list before I do this. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that I do this. I declare today going to be great, that I'm going to have all things work for my good. I decree and declare today that I'm going to be a happy person. I'm going to be able to bless 2 people. Here come the business. I declare today that I'm going to have 3 new clients. I'm going to have 3 new speeches, and I'm going to book 4 calls for the whole week. I declare today that I'm going to get a promotion on my job, that I'm going to get a promotion. I'm going to find something's going to work toward me. Now, when you do this, you have to make sure that you have no doubt. That means, well, you can't even think and put that energy mixed with this, okay? It's like oil and water. You have to totally what? You have to totally believe. Well, I can't see it. That's what belief and faith is all about. Faith isn't saying that I know it's there because I can see it right there. No, faith is believing without seeing. And then from that place, it manifests. It comes to you. It comes to fruition. Okay? So then I can, in this book right here, right here, I want to show y'all something. Because this book right here, I think it's still on Amazon. I ain't did it in a while, but in this book, this small little book, one of the first frameworks I wrote, has a chapter in here. Where is it? Is it under the positive mind? I think it's day 2. It's a 7-day devotional. Love, positive mind principle. I was reading Marcus Aurelius and stuff back then. I was in seminary, man. It was crazy. You learn how to control what comes to you. Oh, yeah. There we go. I think that's it. Let me make sure. I want you all to see this. That's the giving principle. The righteous peace. Oh, no, it's under the building principle. Wow. Huh. That's interesting. I put it under that one. And you all can see the notes because I'm not worried about that. What I want you to see here, the 4th principle, watch this. When you know who you are and when you know whose you are, nothing can stop you from becoming what you are. Hear me. Becoming, ladies and gentlemen. Watch. The 4th principle of favor is the building principle. This principle can really be called the I can principle. This is one of the most influential principles because it literally teaches you how to combat the spirit of self-sabotage. You may not know this, but fear, especially in the form of a phobia, can really cause doubt and double-mindedness, okay? I'm not going to read all that, but I just need you all to understand something. So anytime doubt comes into your mind, you have to flip it and say, I can. Anytime, because if you don't, okay, let me just say this. You know what? This is worth reading, man. I'm just going to read it to y'all, man. It's worth reading. You may not know this, but feel, okay, so watch this. You may ask yourself why anyone in their right mind would do that. Let me tell you, most people aren't aware that they are self-sabotaging their success because it's a trained habit developed over time that is being released subconsciously. That's where I wrote in here, paradigm shift. You may can't see that little word, but that's what that is. So, have you ever had a dream or a vision that you shared with someone you trust and they told you couldn't do it because it was too crazy? You see, the word can't is a very powerful word because whatever it is that you wanted to do is not what necessarily stays with you. It's the I can't that really haunts you or haunts your subconscious. I mean, seriously, if you want to play basketball, just to dunk the ball, and you're 4 feet tall, that may not happen. And you eventually overcome the reality that you may not dunk a basketball in the traditional sense. However, the word can't is like an apple seed with capabilities of one day becoming an orchid. Every time you hear the word can't, it possibly recalls all the times you were told no, stop, don't, or can't. It becomes a part of your thought process, and eventually it becomes a part of your language. I'm going to stop right there because it get deep. Now, what am I trying to tell you all right there? I wrote that over 15 in 2009. So that's book 16 years old. That's when I first dropped that book right there, and I realized I had something to say. What am I saying? Anytime you hear I can't, you can't, don't, stop, don't, won't, change it to I can. So that's so important. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can believe and achieve whatever I put my mind to. I can be a happily married man, a happily married woman. I can get an increase. I can start the business. I can write the book. As a matter of fact, I can be the best person in addition of who I am. I can get better by 1% every day, 2% every week. I can do this. I can overcome. I can break through. I can. I can. Do y'all hear what I'm trying to tell you? And you get emotionally involved with it, you're going to put energy on it. You don't just, I can, because you said I can. I decree today I may have one client. That's dot right there. I'm so happy and grateful now, man. That money comes to me. No, no, no. That's not how you get emotionally involved with it. That's not the second step. That's not what the stick person is teaching us. Remember, this is mindset, this personality. And this, I'm telling you. See, here's what people don't realize, you all, when you're talking about staying motivated. When you do this and you get emotionally involved with this and you do these statements, you have goals now that become long term. So, when you're talking about raising your kids, you got to wait 18 years sometime. Well, no, because they're going to bug out right there. So you got to wait sometimes 25 to 30 years to see if what you taught them when they were younger actually worked. So if you're trying to, create a life of freedom, financial freedom, have a better life with the family, just live good life, have things and resources so you can move and live how you want to live. Then you not only need long-term goals, because long-term goals can become daunting over a period of time, but you also need short-term. So you take the long-term goals and you break each one down to action items, right? So if this is a year, 6 months, 6 months. So now you got 3, 6, 9, 12. So every 3 months, and you break them down into weeks. You break them down into weeks. That's how you break down your goals and create milestones, good people. And it works. So now you don't have to focus on the big goal. You focus on each step that's leading you closer. Guess what? If you take this same framework like this, oh man, y'all can't see that. Hey. Okay, I'll do it over here. Wait a minute, let me do this here. Oh, I erased half the stick, man. My bad. Okay. You got these goals. Okay. 1 year goal breaks down into 6 months, breaks down into quarters, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and then you break these down into weeks, right? And then you focus weeks. Oh man, y'all can't see that. I'm bugging. Okay, anyway, y'all see? You break these goals down. Now, in the process of breaking these goals down, how do I stay motivated? How does this got to do with this thing? Now watch. From getting emotionally involved, now you're at the piece right here where you're ready to take action in your body. Remember, the body is this is your body and you're ready to take action. The body is an instrument of the mind. So if I'm emotionally involved, I'm giving myself these affirmations, declarations, I can statements, then you're going to be motivated to do something. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why the teaching style that we have, people don't tend to be around me and sit down too long because we're moving. And if you're one of those that want to do that, we're not going to get along. I understand. You can't help everybody. I'm not here to try. But those who want it, who are hungry for it, who are willing and able and and coachable, teachable, trainable, I can duplicate this stuff and transfer it to you because it doesn't take talent. It's just a systematic way of doing things that I've learned from my mentors that I'm now able and in position to pass down to you. And I get so much fulfillment from it. And here's the reason why. Okay. We break them goals down now that you understand that. We got them goals. All right. So now you have the idea. You are emotionally involved with it. And now you're going to take action. Okay. IEA. Now, in order to do this, you want to develop what we call a reward system. Because remember, over time, it can get daunting. Man, when I'm going to get my results? It's nothing like chasing results, and you find yourself in a posture of chasing, chasing, chasing. You never sit down, never sit still long enough to enjoy what you're having because you don't have a reward system. Now, there is a term that when you talk about on a scientific molecular level called dopamine and adrenaline, okay? So when you set a reward on those, remember those goals that you got that broke down into three, and three? Every time you hit a milestone, you hit a milestone, then you reward yourself. That's going to release dopamines, okay? That dopamine is that feel-good thing. Y'all, please hear me when I tell you. You need that. That is so very important that you have that. I'm finna look something up real quick in real time for you all because I want you all to see this. Because I'm using terms that some you all may not know, like dopamine. What you talking about, man? You doing that crazy stuff. All right. So let's go here. Yeah, I got the ability to do this real time. This is nice. All right, so what dopamine is a neurotransmitter and a hormone that plays a vital role in the brain and body, affecting mood, motivation. Y'all see it? Pleasure and movement. It acts as a chemical messenger, transmitting signals between nerve cells and impacting various bodily functions, including memory, learning, emotional responses. Do you all hear that? So many times we're looking for dopamine hits, guys, so that we can, what? The pleasure portion. But when you apply it to the motivation portion through giving yourself a reward, then you align and put you align getting the dopamine with the reward that you got from working. All right, this finna get good. So watch this, you all. If there was a person in the desert and they walking along in the desert and they thirst, they considering, man, I think I'm about to check out. I'm thirsty. But then they see a pool of water, a real water. They finally get to some grass, some shade, and some water. The dopamine or the change in the neurotransmitter doesn't happen once they get to the water. It's upon seeing the water. Now, when that dopamine come into you, it then turns into what? Adrenaline. It's another term for it, but let me see if that's the right one. No, we don't want to use that one. I can use adrenaline. It turns into adrenaline, and now you get the energy to run. Where once you thought you was getting ready to check out, now you got energy like you never had before, because that dopamine get in you, and it releases certain things to transmit to say, you know what, go get it. So when you apply this to what we're talking about here, you got an idea. You went through the process. You researched everything. You add the pro cons. All right, now I'm finna do this thing. I know what to do. I got my pathway. Now I'm gonna go get a mentor, coach to help speed up the learning curve, speed up the process. And then what? I'm gonna get emotionally involved. That's why a lot of times when someone starts something, they excited. But then toward the middle of it, they fall off. Why? Because they don't have a reward system to help them continue to feel good. That's what that dopamine does. It feel good. And where are our feelings? Our feelings sit right here with emotions. Remember, that's what that is. So every time you achieve accomplishment, you go give yourself something. Now, my parents taught it like this. They didn't have all the elegant words and all the fancy terminology, but they said, son, every time you get paid, go do something nice for yourself. I don't care what it is. Even if it's just going to the movies, if it's to go get you one pair of shoes, whatever. Even if it's to go get your favorite meal, at least every time you get paid. Why? Because if you're working only to pay bills, only to take care of everybody else, and you don't have any self-fulfillment, you're not getting the dopamine shot, you will quickly detract, deflate. You will quickly see yourself depressed and just living life. Life becomes so mundane and perfunctory for you. Why? All because you didn't establish a reward system, man. Now, for me as a discipline piece, once I do things, I now know that before I can go buy a new car, buy a new whatever, like right now, I want a boat. I want a jet ski or something. But I can't buy it until I hit a milestone. It's certain things that I got to do first. See? So that means I'm willing to work, I'm able to work, and as a result, it keeps me motivated. Because I now understand that money isn't the thing. It's money. People get so caught up with money. Money isn't the thing. It is what money can do for you. That's why it's no problem with me saying money is a tool. You don't love money. You tell money what to do. Money is a servant. It serves you. It helps you pay doctor bills. It helps you, take vacations with the family. It helps you put your kids through school. It helps you pay your bills. It helps you eat. It helps you live a decent and good life. Well, I could do all that without money. Okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, you go do that. I choose to live an abundant life according to John 10:10. You can say what you want. Anyway, motivation. This is what it is. So now, when you do the work and you go through this whole process, what happens now, ladies and gentlemen? Remember over here, you get the result. And then from that result, it comes out of here and goes back up and comes back in the form of an idea, remember? And now this whole process becomes cyclical. And that is how you stay motivated, how you get motivated, and how you stay motivated. You let the results from the small wins motivate you and to give you new ideas, new things to go after. You see, I guarantee you, once you get to 10K a month, you'll be satisfied a little bit. But guess what? Once you start living the lifestyle of 10K a month, you're going to say, man, well, I could use some of that money to go do this and do that. And next thing you know, by default, your money will start working for you. And then you will hit that 15 to 20K a month. Then you say, you know what? Man, okay, I need to start diversifying now. I'm in a different tax bracket. So now I got to do something with it so I can have some tax write-offs. And before you even know it, while you're trying to go do something to do tax write-off, that money then increases to 30, 40 a month. Now you got to get more tax write-off or do something else because they'll, if you don't spend it, they take it. So now you got to diversify, put it in trust, find other things to buy. And those things you buying are assets and they income building assets. Next thing you know, man, you at 50, 80, 100K. You got 100K a month coaching business or whatnot, have a business and didn't even realize all you want to do was live a happy and healthy life and help some people. You see how money is a byproduct of motivation. So whether it's in your health, whether it's in your finances or whatever, relationships, health, faith, finance is gonna fall in one of them categories. All of this, it just repeats. And that's how we stay motivated. I know it looks like jibber jabbish here, but if you follow me and you went back and really paid attention to this, you will see now how this figure, if used correctly, as remember, this is Dr. Thurman Fleet. I wrote his name down. Dr. Thurman Fleet said this is the picture of the mind. So if you approach life, if you approach this, you begin to see this: the mind, conscious, subconscious, actions, body, whole thing, attitude. So now I'm gonna stay motivated. What am I working on today? Well, we got our conference coming up in July, our Elevate Business and Leadership Conference, where we're going to be teaching people how to do things and how to start businesses online. Even if you got a brick and mortar, you still should have some type of digital footprint. We are getting prepared for that. We are preparing to bring in another phase of students into our mentorship membership program, the one that I've been talking to you all about all week long. And we're excited about that because guess what? We get to do exactly what we just showed you what we're doing. And it's right there at myfavorites.com. We got free things for you over here. We got the newsletter. We also going to be ramping that up. We got other programs specifically, leadership. We got a free web class that's explaining the mentorship. That's that free class right there. All you got to do is click it. It's on demand, so you don't have to wait for a specific time. I designed it that way. It's pre-framed, pre-recorded for you that you can watch it anytime you get ready and make a decision or book a call, whatever you need to do. All this is designed to help you, And then you say, well, what's involved in there? This is the essential mentorship, our 3-in-1, everything that we're doing, right? These are some of the testimonials.
Hi, my name is Nikki Harris, and I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. I never really understood the importance of having a mentor or a coach until I met Dr. Favors a few years ago. His guidance and mentorship has helped me 2x my income, start my own business, and the courage to write a book.
Wow. Interesting, isn't it?
I just attended Dr. Favors Essential Leaders Conference, and anyone who wants to overcome their past financial or traumas and is ready to achieve more in their life needs to reach out to Dr. Favors and get started today.
You see?
I'm so in shock with all the knowledge that he has, all his leadership coaching program, and all the things that he have. Thank you, Mike Faber. I wanted to learn more about you and wanted to keep working with you.
So the results, guys, and we have a few of them. This is just a few of our students here on the channel.
The number one thing when working with a coach is finding one who cares. Mike Favors, he cares.
You see? So end of the day, guys, all of this is here. These 3 days, I wanted to share with you some of the information that we do in terms of all the things what I've learned from my mentors and how we are helping people, okay? We still got some of the other programs. You know, y'all seen me. We've been doing this for a while. You know, we got some of the higher end programs here, but the mentorship, the 1-year mentorship membership is designed for those individuals who are really serious about making some changes in their life and really serious about getting to the next level, getting to a level of success. That's why we call it success hacking, because those 3-in-1 things, ladies and gentlemen, from personal growth and development, from learning and understanding about leadership, which is one of these, you know, this is one of the things here that is over 20, it's almost 30 now. Shoot, your boy getting a little old, y'all. But, you know, these are the systems and things. I am certified John Maxwell, you know. So we got a whole lot of business training and leadership training in terms of corporate training. So if you want to move up in corporate, that's why I say we can coach you and get you there. So anyway, this is all here for you guys. It's back there, you know, books, all the things, the program, the free stuff here for you as well. So just go to MikeFavors.com, check around and see what it is. And once again, please leave some comments on anything that has helped you. I would love to hear that, guys, because my love language is hearing, you know. And so when I hear things and I read the comments that you all say how this has helped you, what was your biggest takeaway, that really encourages me to continue to do this on all of the platforms that we're on. So that being said, I appreciate all of you all for tuning in, even you watching by replay. I've been looking at the numbers. But do me a favor and drop some comments down below. And even if there's something that you would like to know about it that we might be able to help, I would love to see those, because once again, that gives me motivation to do more content. All right. That being said, guys, hey, this is Dr. Favors. We appreciate you all. You all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time.